Hello and welcome to week 2 of NMB Takoyaki Party's non-battle coverage. My name is Matt and I'm joined by Jeff and Ryan as usual. So if you haven't listened to the first week of non-battle coverage, you should probably listen to that first before continuing with this podcast. I don't know, somehow you found the algorithm worked out and you found episode 2 before episode 1. I don't know. But yeah, this is going to be probably a shorter episode because, there's not a whole lot of stuff to introduce in this week of events in the non-battle. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're just going to kick things off with the theater show. So the second week of theater shows were this week. A different order and different judges. First off, just to say the judges. So we had Matcha Aki, who's from Yoshimoto Explosion is the group. Entertainment group.
And also Yoshimoto Zaka 46.
Yoshimoto Zaka member also. Sugi V, music producer. I think MV Maya said, in the con, Sugi V worked on, Namie Amuro stuff.
Yeah. And I think...
So I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I think someone in the court, I think it was MV Maya, said that, he's done, some 48 stuff as well.
Yeah. So I guess, not complete outsider, I guess. Yeah. And then rounding out the cat group is Akira.
Yes, Oretachi no Akira.
So there's our judges. We started off on February 7th with Q-Mart and Wink, so double header. Top two groups.
Yeah,
duking it out. Afternoon and night.
I thought the second week was kind of anticlimactic because basically the results of the second week were finished on the first day.
Yeah, you start with a showstopper.
Well, with the top two that we were looking at, but then the rest still kind of switched up the rankings.
They kind of jumped around, a little bit, slightly.
And actually, you could look at it Kyunmark basically got away with by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, just barely. Yeah, and then next on February 8th was Mixed Juice. Mm-hmm. And then February 9th was Frontier. February 10th was Chosetsu Kawaii. February 11th, I think, was Kinkyusei show. Not part of non-battle.
Yeah, for some reason, right?
I think because it was a holiday and they had to do Hanashikai, so that's why. And then February 12th was Leopage.
Yes.
Any comments about the shows? Anything you liked or noticed from any of these?
Well, for me, as I said, right, what we thought was gonna be the main battle was on the first day. I mean, it didn't actually end up like that because of how how poorly Kyunmar did for some reason. So,
yeah,
basically when the scores for Wink came out, it's oh my god, no one's gonna beat that.
Yeah, no one came close.
Yeah, and no one did come close. I thought. So, we can discuss all the scores, but I wanted to mention that, I thought it was interesting because the judges are different from the first round, right? And, how the judges scored were kind of different.
Yeah, it was much higher this time around. Because, last week it was, 70, 80s.
No, it was
60, 70.
70s, yeah.
50, 60, 70 at most, right?
Yeah.
This week it was...
we got a 95.
At lowest 69, and at highest, you have 95. Yeah. So, and probably an average of 80 something, probably.
Well, I don't think it's too much of a problem as long as the
judges consistent.
The judges are consistent within themselves, and then their own range is similar to all the other judges' ranges. Because that's especially true this week, because we saw. Wink was way out in front, but then all other 5 groups were separated by 1 or 2 points. So then, if one judge decides that their scale goes from 50 to 90, then they're gonna rank a difference between groups with 5 or 10 points, and that's gonna completely push someone from second to 6th.
I think there was an instance of that though.
Yeah.
Right? Frontier. Basically, Sugi V and Akira gave them the worst scores. But because, Matcha Aki liked, I guess the fan interaction parts of Frontier, and that actually bumped them all the way up to last place, I guess. But
yes, but so I guess
it could have mattered.
It worked out that Sugi V and Akira still dragged Frontier down, but yeah. It could have been like again influenced a lot by how differently the judges see things. But that's also part of it, right? Why they have three judges to judge different aspects of the shows.
Yeah, and there's nothing to say that like how Machiaki judged is wrong, right? Because I think you're the one who was like most familiar with this, Jeff, because Machiaki actually explained like how he graded, and it's actually very interesting because a lot of the judges, like so for example the round one judges, right, all of them are so two dance instructors and one is the director, so they all look at like performance, right? And I think even this round too, like Sugi V and Akira still looked at the performance aspect of it, but I think Macha Aki was looking at it at from the entertainment standpoint.
Yeah, so he did a showroom after the last theater show he watched and was kind of talking about all of non-battle, and he really, yeah, emphasized like how much the members like conveyed that like they were enjoying themselves and how entertaining the show was. So that's why he loved Frontier, because the I think he really liked the encore, even if they had like some mistakes in in dancing here and there.
Oh, so did he say that he recognized that they made mistakes in dance?
He said like if you make a mistake and it detracts from the show, that's bad. But if you make a mistake and it's not like so obvious and horrible, then he doesn't really count it against them.
Oh, yeah. So he was looking at it more from like an audience perspective, right, rather than like a dancer perspective, which is I think very interesting. Which I guess explains like how all over the place his scores were.
Yeah, compared to the other two.
Because I will say though that like the Frontier show was judged very very harshly by the judges, except for Machaki. But I thought it was the most fun show to watch because like the
Yeah,
audience were like really into it.
the clapping, yeah, was like really good. Like they were like doing like their own versions of like mixes and calls
Yeah,
with the clapping. So it's like just pretty impressive considering you can't actually do actual mixes and calls
yeah,
because of Corona.
exactly. And that's one thing that I miss from idol events is the fan interaction parts, and I thought like it was really good. I'm glad that like Machaki actually like rated them highly based on that. Of the groups, I think Frontier had like the best fans, and like I think like even Chosetsu Kawaii had like good fans, but all of the others like sucked in their own way. Are there other like scores that we want to make comments on? So like Jeff, you want to talk about like how Wink killed everyone?
Yes, with 2 days to rehearse, they cleared all of Akira's challenges. That's why they got 79 from him.
Didn't Akira say that like there's still like room to grow?
Yeah,
Uh,
because it's not 100.
yeah, he said, I don't remember exactly all of his comments, but he said, like, after the first show, like, he said in his comments, oh, they were tired in the encore, but then they cleared that big hurdle. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where he said they could still improve, but yeah, given a whole week now, although it was a busy week with like 3 days of Hanashikai, I
Mm-hmm.
think they'll do a good job in the third week. Set the bar real high.
And I guess we could discuss that, right? Like it's always like in these kinds of competitions, right? It always sucks to be first because like judges don't really know how to how to grade you. And by the time that they're grading like the sixth group, right, they've probably forgotten the first group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you just gotta make an impression, make them
Yeah.
remember.
I think it's dumb though. Like why does Wink always go early?
They went fourth in the first week,
Second.
but then they went on
Second,
second, but then on the first day. So
Yeah.
they're pretty screwed over this whole theater show schedule, right? Like
Yeah.
they had too much time to prepare in the beginning and then so little for the rest.
So the biggest like competition for Wink is gonna be Kyun Mart, and I think Kyun Mart has an advantage of like preparing for the final
But
show.
don't forget Karen is out.
Karen is out, and also I guess this week Koharu was out for mixed juice.
Yeah. Well, so that's a question though. So I think we can safely say that like Kohatan being out for mixed juice actually like helped them, because if the judging for you is saying that you're not synchronized properly, blah blah blah, right? Then you remove one of the members that's not synchronized, then you look better.
Sorry, this thing sounds like it's a conspiracy theory kind of.
I mean,
she got sick on purpose.
I'm not saying anything like sinister, but it just worked out that way. So for example, with Kyun Mart, like Karen is out, so they just need to remember. I guess that's a negative for Kyun Marts because they have to like realign, I guess, the formations. But I mean, if there is no song where Karen is the main, right, you could just remove her position.
Well, so
yeah, we're doing like the weird like double center, but it's like one center still in the same position. That's what they did with
mixed juice, right?
Yeah. With was it Fuyu Shogun?
Fuyu Shogun, yeah.
Yeah, mixed juice only had 1 day notice to adjust basically, and I think what they did was for the positions where they're all lined up like evenly spaced out with 8 members, they quickly changed everything to be 7 members because they can just change their number on the stage. But then for songs with like specific different choreography for each member, they weren't able to change it. And Akira specifically said in his comments that they covered for the missing for Kohatan's missing position very well. So he rated them, yeah, actually the second highest.
Oh yeah, he did 76. It's pretty good. See, so maybe like Kyun Mart's gonna get like a boost from that as well.
Would you argue also Karen is like the weakest of
No,
of Kyun Mart?
no, I don't think so.
No, I mean,
I don't think so. I mean, they still have two other.
There, yeah.
Yeah, they still have 2 7-chins.
And I don't think like Karen is weak in performance anyway. So, but
everyone just hates her for her weird, quirky stuff.
Yeah, but I think in general though. So I think in general, like having less members like makes you more synchronized, right? That's how it works, right? If there's 2 of you, then you only have to worry about 2 people.
Yeah.
So going from 8 to 7, like that helps.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Any other comments?
Leopage improved.
Leopage, yeah, improved.
Yeah, I guess
like
they
leaps and bounds.
like a leopard.
Right. Well, they stopped the stupid back roll thing.
Yeah, so they changed it to basically back to the original "Don't Look Back" choreography.
Yeah,
which is like
jumping on someone's back.
Even though the camera cut away from it during the show.
So I was watching the fixed camera, so I saw it because I wanted to see that part.
You want to see him screw up.
I wanted to see Sadharu spill it again. So,
but she didn't. And now she's
redeemed Haru.
Redeemed. This is like Metal Gear. It's like Punish Snake.
Yeah, Punish. Yeah.
So, I thought they did well, but I wanted to say though that I thought like Frontier really did dirty here.
Yeah,
They were even the middle though, so I don't even think like they did worse than like Chosetsu Kawaii or Leopage.
Yeah, that's my problem with how close the scores ended.
I mean, they must have done something bad though, because like they got the worst score from Sugiv and Akira. Akira gave Frontier like a 69, which is he gave everyone line of 7 except for Frontier got 69. They must have really hated what they were doing. Like I don't know. Like so obviously like we can only watch as like laymen, right? Like we don't really understand like dance choreography and all of that. So but for me I thought their show looked okay. But I will say though, like I didn't mention this before. Sorry for cutting out, Jeff. But like if you watch like the top teams, like there is something with their show though that like, oh wow, that was good.
Yeah, there's the energy is snappiness.
Yeah, and I think that is one thing though. So it's one thing to try to be synchronized, but if you don't have energy, it just looks like the whole show looks very lethargic. Like even like the stupid parts, like the like in Pioneer, right? If you're like like doing the fist thing hard enough, or in Date Date Date, if you're like you're pushing out your elbows. I think that matters. Like even if we don't like like for example, me, I don't really understand it, but like there's something in the back of your head, right, that will tell you that that doesn't look as good.
I just remember everyone in Discord hated Wink's rap battle thing because they're a bunch of haters and they hate fun.
No, I think the complaint there was that they were wasting energy on it.
But
so like the previous show's comment was that they got tired at the end, right? So if that was the comment already, why are they doing like this stupid rap battle that's just making them more tired?
They're going for variety points, as everyone says, which I guess may or may not actually matter.
It mattered with Machiaki.
Yeah.
But hey, they still killed it anyway.
Yeah. So if you watch the documentary though, like you can see that like the stage director was criticizing like some members for their MC.
Yeah,
so you do know that it is part of the grading.
I remember like he called out Mirai for being like way too nervous and frazzled. Like, calm down. You need to calm down. Be a leader.
Yeah. You know that documentary thing is so weird too, because like the teams that did poorly, like they were like, they come back and they were like crying. It's like, oh, we did poorly. But the teams that did well, they came back and it's like, oh wow, we killed it. So how do you know?
I mean, that's after the show, isn't it? They got the scores.
Yeah, but like for example, after Mixed Juice finished, right? They were still first when they finished. So why were they sad?
I mean, they still got the comment. Like this was in the first week when they said, "Oh, it looked like Miru and everyone else was falling behind."
Yeah, I thought it was interesting to see it though, because like even before the show, like staff was telling them like, "Oh man, guys, like you guys look awful." Right, like you saw like Chicapoyo, right, telling Miru that like it looks like there's two separate teams here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like an interesting like observation.
I mean, in the long run, this is all about improving NMB as a whole. So like the judges, and I think some of them do have a chance to talk to the judges for like about what the judges are looking for.
Definitely, like with the stage director Mayu and Akira, right? Like even if you don't talk to them, they'll tell you what's wrong, because that's their job. That's what they're doing. That's what they're there for. But like for example, like Sugi V or Machiaki, do you think like they actually talk to the members?
I don't know. Yeah, they're not part of NMB staff.
Yeah.
All right, then let's wrap up then the theater show part and talk about the scores that he got. So Frontier got 6th place with 240 points. Chosetsu Kawi got 5th place with 241 points. Mixed Juice and Leopage tied for 3rd with 243 points. Q-Mark got 2nd with 244 points. And Wink got 1st place with 259 points.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I guess which the tie with Leopage and Mixed Juice, I guess that caused Leopage to jump from 6th place to 4th place, I think, in the overall rankings.
Yeah.
At that point,
I think it's very interesting, like to see that like Kyunmart always like barely escapes.
Yeah.
Like there might be some people listening to this who are getting angry at me, but like that's the impression I get. Like they barely escape with like a high position. I mean that's fine, right? Like that's how it works. But like for example, like Wink or blew everyone away, right? But it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, we should have proportional voting. Like, screw this electoral college. We need to give Wink like 18 nom badges, and everyone else gets like 2.
Yeah, bring delegates involved.
Yeah, stop the vote.
We need a super PAC. All right, yeah, and then I guess I did mention that for next week, they will have not 3 but 4 judges this time.
Yeah, this is gonna be very interesting, I think.
Yeah, so these judges are Anon, not Izumi Ayano, but I guess she's a dancer and choreographer. She worked with Quintet on, was it the 3rd song?
Amai Moso is their 2nd song, actually.
2nd song. Yeah, so that's gonna be kind of weird.
Well, she was also in the play with Chihi last year, the one that got canceled, and the one
it's gonna do a lot of good.
The one Machiaki was. Hey, they spent a whole month together rehearsing.
And then we have Takami Kenji, who is a theater producer, like theater play production, right?
Yeah, I think.
And like I think he worked on like TV shows as well, like dramas and stuff.
I think Anton has worked with him because she tweeted like saying, "Oh wow, he's a judge. I want to like someone say hi to him."
And then we have Kenmotsu Yoshikazu, who is the NMB 48, I guess, general producer. Is he president? Is it? He's the guy from like the 10th anniversary book.
Yeah, he's the NMB producer. So I think we talked about
the top
him before.
guy.
Yeah, he's the top
Yeah.
guy. It's not Akimoto. It's this dude. He's the president of Show Title. So I was saying on the Discord, it would be very interesting to see like how he rates these shows, because like we don't actually know like how he thinks.
Like how often does he watch like NMB stuff?
That's a good question actually. Like how often does he watch? And it might like watching these shows, right? Like it might change his opinions of certain members. Oh, Jeff is excited.
Stand talent.
He's gonna look at Anchu when he gets to the C team.
Like they should get like Anchu to do like Uhoho or something, right? Like I think.
Well, I thought they already teased that it's gonna be Deguchi.
Oh, did they?
Maybe, but they've been swapping. Second time,
yeah, because Reinaton did Uhoho was the center this time, so.
And I think we didn't talk about that, but like I think Machaaki said that like, he really praised Anchu, like he really liked Anchu's performance, and he said that like Uhoho was like really like an awesome song.
It brought him to tears.
Okay,
it was because he like Anchu had a speech in the last MC before Uhoho, I think, and then talking about how she's a senpai, but now like NMB is her DNA or something, and then she goes all out and gives this huge performance. So
yeah, and then rounding out the judges is Akira. Akira is back, so it'll be interesting to see what next week is going to hold for the theater shows. And then let's move on to the live stream category. So this week it was the communication category, and I guess they kind of told us like the day before what it actually was, and so it's communication in the form of the game Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, which is kind of a bomb defusal game where one person is like defusing a bomb, the other person has this huge manual with instructions to tell the diffuser how to disable the bomb.
Yeah.
And basically how they did this was if they successfully defused the bomb, they would get 5 points with no mistakes. If they get one... It's like they get up to 3 mistakes, I think.
No, a third mistake will explode the bomb.
Will explode the bomb, yeah. But yeah, I guess if they got one mistake, they get like 4 points, 3 points or something, and then if they got 2 mistakes, they get like 2 points.
Yeah.
And then if they fail completely, they get 0 points. Which for this, they sent in these members. So Nami and Ion were back to MC the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see them again. And then the team. So Leopard sent Hinacho and Suchan. Mixed Juice sent Koharu and Fua. Wink sent Anchu and Mikana. Kyunmart sent Kojirin and IP. Chosetsukawi sent Kotone and Mighty. And Frontier sent Rei-chan and Mion. So yeah, I guess interesting. Interesting.
This is the like we didn't really know what it was gonna be. We thought at first people were like speculating that is it gonna be like an SNS contest, but then that would be dumb, because then why do you have like 7th gen if it's gonna be an SNS contest?
Yeah, and or like super like unpopular older members like Anshu and.
You just have to get
Koto-chan and Koto-chan.
Self-hatred.
Kojin, yeah. And then that was the first part, was the Keep Talking to Nobody Explodes game. And then the second part was there's these scales, and they had to put a bunch of chocolate, because it's Valentine's Day is when this stream happened. And they had to put as much chocolate without knowing the total weight, and try to guess the closest weight to 1 kilogram of chocolate.
And the SNS part here was that they
set up polls,
a Twitter polls, and then like whoever the audience could choose, like whether to tell them to add more or to subtract or to just keep it as is.
Yeah, and I think everyone told them to add more.
Yeah.
Everyone told every team to add more. I think because they're just like other teams were just sabotaging other teams, I guess.
Yes. So it was completely pointless. It was actually very annoying because
I mean,
So obviously, like the members don't really think that people are trying to sabotage them, so they believe them. So that's like how like Wink got that many fucked up that badly, right? Because like Mikana believes the audience. But yeah,
the game part, I guess it was interesting to watch. Like I think when they first said like, oh okay, this will be fun to watch,
it wasn't
but I
very
guess
fun.
it wasn't very fun because I guess the teams or most of the teams practiced beforehand.
Yeah.
For I guess multiple hours to just know how the game worked.
Yep.
Which I think some of us thought was really boring, just because like, well, now just like they're like so half the teams passed it and half the teams failed it.
Yeah. But the fails
I guess
were
the teams
funny though.
Yeah, I think maybe it might have been like, you know, kind of scripted. I guess I don't know.
I don't think it's scripted.
I don't think it's scripted, but I think it was. I don't know. They didn't really give. I don't know. Why did some teams practice so much more than others? They weren't like incentivized the same way or like told how much they should practice.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
I think that was a problem, like with the like for example with the senpai groups. It was like, well, we don't really need to practice that much.
They also had way less time.
Yeah, well, Kojin and IP did really well.
Yeah, so 3 teams won, 3 teams lost the bomb defusal game. But I just last comment. I think it would have been funnier if like none of them practiced and they kind of all went as blind.
Yeah, I thought that would be better.
If you're just going by like innate ability, obviously probably like unfair because, you know, maybe like Anshu has like played this before, so but I mean that's their advantage, right? And then I mean Mixed Juice had Fua, who's also a gamer, so
gamer in air quotes.
In quotes, yeah. She plays Smash Brothers apparently. So
yeah, I don't know. It became so random based on like which modules you got.
Yeah. Especially, some of them seemed like they had really easy ones, and some had like really hard ones.
So the thing with
some of them knew about like different mechanics, like, oh, you can turn off the alarm.
Yeah. Suchan was able to turn off the alarm, right? So, like for example, like I don't know, like the one that like Mikana and Anju fucked up. Like they had like absolutely no idea how to do it, and that's like that's how you expect them to do it though. Like how that's how normally, like when you watch people play this game, right? That's the normal reaction. It wasn't like when other members got it. It was like, oh yeah, we totally know how to do this. So that's just no fun. And then there's like Ray-chan who like had no idea.
The lights went out and she kept on pushing the button.
I don't know. It wasn't really entertaining because you didn't get to see them learn over the course of playing it multiple times. You just saw them, a team that completely got it because they practiced ahead of time, or a team that got screwed over because they happened to not practice enough. Like I thought the video they released the day before with Aryan and Namimi showing how to play it was really funny because they played so many times and they learned, like they made mistakes and learned and then eventually beat it. So I was hoping that this stream would be a lot more fun, but then it just felt so arbitrary and random.
What they should have done is like they should have announced to the members what the game was an hour before. And then they could practice for that hour.
Yeah.
Right? So we get like
yes, if they have enough switches available for that or whatever.
Or no.
I mean, logistics aside, like some kind of more fair way where like they didn't. Some members had like days to play Switch at home. It seems.
Yeah. And then you have like Mikana who's poor, except she has a bag.
Priorities.
Yeah. She doesn't have a Switch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is just after the bomb game. And I guess the chocolate waiting game was also, I guess, felt super random as well.
Well, no, I thought that was okay. I mean, the SNS part was stupid, but they should have just kept it as like as is.
Just wait
without the Twitter survey.
It wasn't their shenanigans early on.
Q-Mart's sign fell off the cover for the scale. But then
they had like digital scales, right? And then they had like logos covering the numbers so that you don't see it. Except that
they ended up losing.
Yeah, they ended up losing anyway. Right? Yeah,
but I guess like the way like because they gave points for like how they did in these two games, right? So first place got 5 points. So the freeway tie with everyone got 5 points, and then there's a freeway loss where everyone got 0 points.
Yeah.
And then in the chocolate weighing, I guess there's more of a there's actual like rankings. No tie bullshit.
Well, there was a tie though.
But it was a 3 over and 3 under, or 0.3 under, 3.3 over.
No, it was both 0.08 over.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Which is like amazing. How the fuck did that happen? But yeah, I mean, I didn't really like the stream this time. I thought that this would be the stream that I would enjoy the most, but it wasn't really.
It was so like, I mean, I thought first of all they said it was SNS, so you thought there would be a lot more fan engagement, but then all we got was this stupid Twitter poll,
which got
the funny
Twitter
the
account.
funny that's the funny thing. Yeah, the NMB account tweeted out 6 polls.
Yeah.
And then I guess they got blocked by Twitter because they thought it was like a spam or something.
Yeah.
And they had to end those polls and start another 6 polls after they got unbanned.
Yeah. I'm curious though, like how they found out, how they knew that. Maybe it says something, right? Like you're prevented from posting for 15 minutes.
Yeah, you might get an alert or whatever from like Twitter or something.
Yeah.
But
hilarious.
Even the part in the theater during the chocolate part was such a mess because it was like, okay, 6 members go up, weigh the chocolate. Oh no, Kuhnmart's sign fell off. Let's do it again. And then like, let's wait 5 minutes for them to tweet out, and then in the meantime say like, Moe Serifu because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I thought it was funny because I think Mikana said this, like the chocolate was melting.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, because they were there for so long, right? So she was
like the stage lights are like on top of
yeah,
it. Right?
Yeah. Because she said it because like she was trying to fix the thing, right? Like she lifted the block. She said, "Oh my god, this is melting."
Oh wow, I didn't catch that.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like you're standing there for like 30 minutes. Like of course the chocolate's gonna melt.
And then so then the communication part. I thought the idea of having 2 members needing to communicate to play this game was a good idea, but then the game ended up being really weird and arbitrary.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I think this one, like, not just because
because
we fucked up, but
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that fun watching it. Like, I thought last week was really fun, even though like the judging was bullshit.
Yeah, there was at least funny jokes.
Even the athletic one was okay. I mean, I guess like every team, like fans will find stuff to complain about. So right now, like for example, Jeff is complaining about like Wink getting
robbed.
Right? But then you, like for the athletic part, you could say that like Mixed Juice had like a big handicap because it was just after their show and they had to do like athletic challenges, which is kind of bullshit actually. Like what the fuck was that?
Yeah, and like having 3 Hanashikai this week.
Yeah,
I don't know. And
having half the members in this live stream not have to do said Hanashikais because they're all 7 gens.
Yeah, so I mean,
and that's
just
like Fuwa and Kohata were able
IP,
to practice.
Koharu, was there a comment in the Discord about how like our predictions in the Discord are basically like
Kiss of Death,
cursed, kiss of death. So is it? We say like, Mixed Juice is gonna win the athletic one because Miru's really athletic.
Last place.
Kuhnmart's gonna win. Yeah, got last place. Kuhnmart's gonna win this one because they have Nagisa, and Nagisa is a comedy genius.
Yeah.
Got last place. And then we thought this one, I guess, who do we think? Wink?
Mikana. Because
Mikana would win because she blew up on social media, and Wink got last
place. But then
once
we found out it was about video games, we thought Anchu would kill it, and she...
Yeah, it would help. And then like maybe like, the whole like, the YouTube stuff that Mikana's been working on with Wakapon, like, it's been like training her to use a controller properly.
Guess not.
Not yet. So next week is the knowledge portion. So who are we? And I guess therefore also the
Kuhnmart has an English genius in Harakaren.
She has Aiken grade 3. Which I guess is like high school, apparently a Japanese level.
So
English speaking.
When you say grade 3, is it Aiken Sankyu?
Yeah. So if like grade 1 is the highest, that's like what Go to a lot of has, which is like near fluent or very very close to fluent, like native speaker almost. Grade 3 is not very impressive. Like grade 2 is when you start like getting into the I guess kind of thinking like JLPT.
Yeah, N3 is actually not that great.
N3 sucks.
Even though N1 is like harder than high school Japanese.
So I just checked now. Grade 3 in Aiken means that you're middle schooler.
Middle school level.
Yeah.
Oh, like a native middle schooler.
I have no idea what that means. It just says like Chugaku Sotsugyo. So wouldn't that mean like Japanese level 3?
I guess so, yeah. In which case, then that's not really all that impressive either.
Right? Oh my god. Like Aiken 3 is 320 to 620 in the TOEIC. That's really low.
No,
Okay.
she's a genius. Kinemar's gonna win. Curse.
I mean, if we're gonna like add more, if we're gonna like actually be serious about it. Like, so is Leopage has Hinacho, and then Frontier has Wakapon.
Yeah, and if it's English, then like Kawaii.
They should put Misaki in.
But the thing is, like, would the staff know? Like, would they tell them like, oh, it's gonna be like
it's probably mixed knowledge. Like just
it's a knowledge contest, right? And then so like Kawaii's gonna be if they tell them it's gonna be English, then they're gonna put in Misaki. But then
I mean, if it's like what YNN does, it's gonna be a mix of random with some English in it.
Yeah. But then the staff knows though, like if they put anything English there, then Misaki can answer it.
I mean,
which I think it'd be okay because
she's middle schooler, so
she's middle schooler. She hasn't been on any of the streams yet.
Yeah,
and which also is because these streams are so late. Like she can't actually even be on them because it's like they're after 8:00.
And Kawaii is losing anyway.
Yeah, so
I think from if you're looking at it from the Wink point of view, Jeff, like as long as like other teams win and Cunmart doesn't, then that's a positive.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just looking at the difference between their badges every time now.
Yeah. You should look at it relative differences. Like,
yeah, because that's how we were looking at it. I think like it was because the voting in the theater shows seem like they're not gonna be changing. It's these live streams that are basically the wild cards that screw up the whole.
Well, the thing is like
the thing.
I don't know though. So the judges have changed. So I mean, I'm sure like Akira's standards won't change, right? So probably like Wink is still gonna win with Akira, but then we don't know what the other people will grade it, right? Like, so the thing is like if Cunmart was sucking at the stages and doing well at the others, then maybe you have an argument there. But like there is a chance that like Cunmart does better than Wink, right? And then if that happens, then
I mean, don't discount the chance that Qmart does worse than other groups too. They were only 1 point ahead of the others, or 2 points.
That's true. Like, well, I guess like the ideal situation for Wink is like they come in first and then Qmart loses to someone.
Yeah.
Because then that would open up the gap.
Yeah.
All right, Yumi, bring up Leopage. Counting.
Like I was watching like the Leopage thing, right? Like fuck, like 1 more point.
Yeah.
That's why I said like Cunmart was able to escape with it. But
yeah, so I guess we didn't quite give the total results for the live stream, but so Wink got 6th place, 0 badges.
Yeah.
Leopage and Frontier tied for 4th, which got him 2 badges. Cunmart got 3rd place, which got him 3 badges. Joseph Kawi got 2nd place, which got him 4 badges, and Mixed Juice got 1st place, which got him 5 non-badges.
Yeah. So I don't know if you should be worried about Mixed Juice catching up.
They're kind of like the weird, like
they do so well in the fucking
live streams and do okay enough in the
voting.
Well,
the voting and the theater.
I mean, it was only because they won they got first the last 2 times, but they still got last place in the athletic winner.
First in the game, like a rough start.
Recency bias.
But I think Mixed Juice, like, they've placed 3rd in the theater twice now, so they're hanging in there.
Yeah.
Don't count them out yet.
Yeah, I mean, everyone thought in the beginning it would be between Cunmart and Mixed Juice, right?
Yeah, but I think it's pretty obvious now. Like, I mean, we can get into this now, I guess, Matt. But
with the fan voting,
I think now it's basically like 2 separate fights going on. So fight not to be last, and then the fight to be first.
Exactly right. Or like the fight to hope that like your rival gets last or something like that.
Yeah. So we should go on to the
fan voting. All right. So yeah, 2nd week of fan voting happened this week, and so we'll go over the results. So in 6th place with 1,929 votes is Chosetsu Kawaii. In 5th place with 2,308 votes is Leo Paju. In 4th place with 2,964 votes is Mixed Juice.
Yeah, they got beats.
They went down this week. 3rd place with 3,147 votes is Frontier. So they took Mixed Juice's spot. My Frontier boost, it kicked in this time.
If this happened last week, Matt would have been so like smug about this.
Yep.
Arda did his job.
Yep. In 2nd place with 3,322 votes is Wink, staying in the 2nd spot. And in 1st place with 3,338 votes is Cute Mart.
Yeah. So they barely like. So this is another one.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a pretty close. Yeah.
16 votes.
Yeah. So what's interesting though is like the vote totals didn't really change. I mean, it changed a bit, but not significantly.
Some of them dropped.
Like Kunmart and Wink actually like, and Chosetsu Kawaii lost votes.
Well,
and other groups gained votes.
Qmart lost 245 votes. Wink lost 23.
Yeah.
But
weird. Yeah, like Mixed Juice gained more votes this week. But still got a lot worse.
Because Frontier gained way more.
Yeah, and then Frontier also has the bonus points though. So I think
shenanigans.
So the thing though is, if you look at the difference in points, yeah, I think the bonus did work.
Yeah, if I calculated just now, without the plus 1/7 bonus, it's like 2,754 or 53.
Oh wow. Okay, so the bonus did work. Yeah, so fuck the bonus, I guess. But that's good. That's good for Frontier though, because I mean, if you're looking at it from like the Wink point of view, then at least that gives you more daylight with Mixed Juice.
Yeah, kind of blocks them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess this week there was at least in Discord there was like some changes with people's votes. I think Groovy was the biggest one. he was all in on Qmart last week.
Yeah.
And he saw how badly Leopage did that. He's like, I'm gonna go and help him.
Yeah.
It's like it helped though, because now they're in.
So this is what I was actually discussing this in the Discord. I was saying that like there is clearly a bandwagon effect going on, right? Like Wink can't possibly be doing this well with just their members, but because they've been doing so well that like the bandwagon is on them right now. And what I was talking about is like so right now you can tell that like Qmart does have like some momentum. So if the bandwagon switches to Qmart, then Wink would be fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, but what makes you think it would switch? I think Wink's.
I'm not saying that it switched though. I'm saying like if, for example, the theater, like if for some reason like Qmart wins the theater, right? Like after Qmart performs and then they score higher than Wink, then there's a possibility that the voting bandwagon switches to Qmart.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Right? There are gonna be people who just want to vote for that show was awesome. Like I'm so kando.
Like I mean that's what definitely happened with Wink in the first week or two. I mean I saw tweets like that, like DDs who voted for Wink because they like embodied what an NMB theater show is.
And that could
just
switch.
People.
That could switch too, right? Like Qmart does so well, and then they have the momentum now, and then they have the. Yeah, I mean we don't know what's gonna happen. So, like I thought like Wink had a very comfortable lead, like with 5, but like that just got erased today.
Thanks, Anshu.
Matt has no comeback today.
No.
I mean he rags on Anshu too.
Yeah,
I'm allowed to. You're not. You're just being mean.
I mean you're the ones. Who's Oshi is the one who has like an automatic bot replying that they suck.
Hey, I even pulled a betrayal move, and it still didn't pay off. So we'll see. I said this in the Discord where it's like, well, you people who like cheered for Leopage this time, okay, that was fun. You guys had your fun. Now come back and like come home and vote for Kunmar or Wink.
So that's interesting. Is like because like as I said, right, like it is looking like it's like the three groups are separating from the pack. That would like like Chosetsu Kawaii fans or like Leopage fans, would they switch? And if they do switch, like who do they switch to?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm saying like the bandwagon is important. Like if Wink wants to continue it, they need to do like so well in the stage tomorrow that like people are motivated to bandwagon to them.
It's a weird thing because like also like the voting starts before like the stages start.
But I mean,
if you're like me or Jeff, like I would do it like as soon as it opens up at 10
No,
o'clock.
I actually wait until Friday.
No, I did it on like Thursday or Friday, but I mean, I'm not changing my vote anyway.
But there will be people, right, who just like so let's say the stage performances don't really change that much, like Wink and Kunmar do well and then they kill everyone else. And then so by the time of Friday, right, if you're like a Leopage or a Kawaii fan, you're gonna be like, yeah, fuck this. Just throw my votes to this other girl that I like, who has a chance of winning.
Depends how DD they are.
Yeah, but if you're like, for example, you're Karen Oshi, and then you're like, oh, let's support Suchan. Oh wait, the other way around. Sorry.
Suchan Oshi, you want to vote for Karen
or Mikana, I guess, because they're close now. That's gonna be interesting. But like the one thing you can say though is like the voting doesn't really matter that much. Like it doesn't change the results that much. Which is good because I don't want the voting to be the one who's affecting it. But what's annoying is like the live streams are the ones that are like basically fucking it up.
Yep.
And
that's the most random.
Yeah, and the live streams are pretty much random. They're like some variety challenges.
And then like not next week, but the week after is literal luck is the theme. So that's you're gonna be really happy about that one.
It might be Junkin.
There's 5 of them, and I mean, they spend so much time on rehearsing for the theater shows, but then it ends early, and then all that work can be wasted on this like random variety
bullshit
shit.
Well, I guess you're looking at it from the Wink point of view, and then they've just sucked at the live stream. Like I'm looking at it now, like they got 1 point from comedy and then 0 from communication.
They should have more based on actual athletic talent.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, if you actually like are interested in voting, I mean, so actually you can still vote in round 3 of the fan voting.
Yeah, starting
next week, starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. until Saturday at 3 p.m. And also there'll be another opportunity to vote in the non-battle final concert event. There's 2 ways. So if you have to be in Japan, I guess, and you bought the actual paper ticket, that comes with a vote as well. But also if you buy the live stream like ticket, that will also come with a vote. But how it works out is if you pick a team when you buy your ticket, your live stream ticket. And so, for example, if you bought like the C team ticket, you'll get a vote for C team.
And it's automatically counted.
It's automatically counted, as soon as you buy it and pay for it. There's also a like a DD like Hako Oshi, so like anyone you like all teams ticket, and that just will give 1 vote to every team, which essentially just doesn't really do anything. It just might as well be 0.
But that one also, so there apparently will be a victory stream for the winning group, and when you buy, you have the option of like buying the concert live viewing plus the vote, or the live viewing plus the vote plus a ticket to this victory stream if it happens.
Yeah.
And then the Hako Oshi DD ticket is like you will be able to watch the winning stream no matter what team it is.
Yeah. That's the advantage of the DD ticket.
And it costs like twice as much as the others.
Isn't it like 9,000?
Yeah, 9,000
yen.
Yeah.
9,000 yen. Yeah, so it's a lot of money.
It's actually not 9,000 yen. It's actually 9,900. Like it has tax.
Almost 10,000.
Yeah.
It's over 9,000 as
Vegeta says.
Yeah. Yeah, those streams are all going to be on Nico Nico, and it sounds like those are probably region locked, but you can get past that with a VPN.
Wait, don't say that.
We're gonna get demonetized.
If you live in, you can say you live in Japan.
Just state your address.
State your address.
Yeah, make sure it's not a warehouse.
State your address. You can see Mount Fuji behind you. Yeah, so there's that. You can check that out. So yeah, again, the final show is on March 2nd. So yeah, I think you can buy your tickets already right now for the live stream.
Yeah, it's getting exciting. So every vote counts. One more thing that I think we forgot to mention, Matt, is that there's a partnership between NMB and Nico Nico for these streams, right? So actually, Nico Nico is giving out votes. So other than these votes, so basically, if you're a Nico Nico premium member, you get one vote.
Okay.
And that's like 500-600 yen per month.
Yeah, 550, I think.
And that's like separate from because YNN is on Nico Nico, and it's a separate thing.
Yeah, it's a separate thing. You just get one extra vote.
So neat.
This opens up a lot of possibilities because then you could, buy votes, I guess. It's a cheap and easy way to buy votes.
Is that one's for the final also?
It's for the final. It's only for the final.
Okay, so not for the next week of fan votes, the next 2 weeks of fan votes.
No, it's the fifth one actually. So there's third and fourth. So on the table we're looking at, it only has 3 and 4, right? There's actually a fifth one, which is the final day.
Yeah. Okay.
So it only counts for that day. So it doesn't really matter that much, I guess.
Yeah. All right, then let's get down to the final standings for week 2. So in 6th place with 13 non-badges is Chozetsu Kawaii. Oh, we have a tie. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
We have a tie for 4th place with 17 non-badges, Frontier and Leopage.
And that's just because of the
live stream bullshit.
No, not the live stream
bullshit. And the theater bullshit.
The theater.
All the ties, the vote inflation. The rules are broken. Throw out this whole competition. Just go back to the Senkyo.
Yeah.
That system wasn't broken. It's fine.
Hey, at least
Junkin. Yeah, do Junkin battles. Bring that back to
the first Junkin.
While we're at it. Yeah. In 3rd place with 27 non-badges is Mixed Juice. In 2nd place with 33 non-badges is Cunmart. And in 1st place, still in 1st place by the skin of her teeth with 34 non-badges is Wink.
This was what I was saying, right? It seems that Wink, Cunmart, and Mixed Juice have basically separated from the pack.
Yeah.
And so Wink, Cunmart, Mixed Juice are probably the only ones with a chance of winning. And then Leopage, Frontier, and Chozetsu Kawaii are now fighting for 4th place.
Fighting for 4th place.
Don't be a lottery pick.
Well, if you tank, right, then you can get
Except there's not gonna be a next NMB draft based on this.
All right, yeah, so that's gonna do it then for our coverage of week 2 of the non-battle. Thanks for listening, and be sure to check in next week for week 3 of the non-battle. Before we go out, let's have Jeff say some kind words about the Gravure non-battle real quickly.
So this is not officially part of the non-battle. There's no non-badges awarded, but
it's non-battle adjacent though.
But yeah, so there's a Gravure magazine Flash, and they're doing a promotion with one member from each of the 6 groups. So it's Suchan, Miru, Chihi, Uka, Momone, and Rei-chan. So there's a contest until the 20th based on like to determine who's gonna get like a solo Gravure cover, and it's gonna be based on like the view counts of an article that they published on their website, and like the number of Twitter likes and retweets on 3 tweets that they're gonna send out of each member during this period. So far, after like one completed round of Twitter vote liking and retweeting, I think Rei-chan is winning that one.
Woo woo!
Suchan second, and then like the
Whoa.
so there's some the bullshit part I'm gonna complain about here is the view counts on their website. They like didn't really clarify all the rules about how this works, and on the internal like there's kind of this like ranking thing on their website. It shows Chihi has been first the entire time, and Rei-chan is second, and Suchan is like fifth. But then for some reason they announced their preliminary results a couple days ago, and Chihi was third, Rei-chan second, and then Suchan somehow jumped up to first. And they made some shit up about like, oh, it's a compilation of like all the views from not only our website but also all these like news reader apps. But it's just, I don't know. It just pissed a lot of people off. It pissed members off too.
I think Chihi was the first one. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like because we're looking at on the website the entire time. Oh, it shows her in first, and then they announce she's in third.
I mean, I have no idea how they count like views in the Smart View app. Maybe they have like some bullshit thing where like if you scroll past it, then that's a view.
I don't know. I mean, this contest is kind of like the 9Nanagogo app from several years ago, where they had contests to give like photo books, but they don't show the number of views like they did back then. So it's all a black box. I mean, to be honest, he wasn't gonna win this anyway with the Twitter counts, and that being 3 times as valuable. But I mean, it's actually affecting the race between Suchan and Rei-chan now too. So
I think, yeah. Well, if you ask me to choose, I will choose Suchan. But
I would,
and if you go back to like previous episodes of Takoyaki Party, I would probably have said Rei-chan there. So sue me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all fixed.
I think so. Okay. Did you mention the prize? I don't think you mentioned the prize though, Jeff. Like, so the prize is
it's a solo cover Gravure.
Yeah. So I think like if you're Flash, right? Like, I mean, I'm to be completely honest, right? Like, Flash doesn't want Chihi to be on the cover of Flash.
Yeah, I know. So fuck them. But I mean, then don't string the members along like this.
Yeah.
And waste everyone's time like clicking their fucking article.
Because they probably figured that, like, you know, Suchan or Rei-chan or Miru actually would run away with this, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was already structured in a way that they're counting the Twitter stuff 3 times as much as the article views, and it was clear that Suchan and Rei-chan are going to win from that anyway. Yeah. So, but then like they still have to throw this stupid thing with the article views to upset people.
Yeah. Well, I guess without that, then like Suchan probably has a hard time winning.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if I were you, Jeff, I would just like, you know, boost Suchan.
I mean, apparently she's being boosted already.
Yeah. Or maybe boost someone to get in between Suchan and Rei-chan. That's like the only chance Suchan has of winning.
I don't really. All I want now is Chihi to get exposure, and keeping her on the article rankings is good enough, I think.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. I don't know. We all win. We get lots of gravy picks,
and that's all that really matters. Thank you for listening.